All right, end of the night here, round 3, San Diego, Petco Park. We got Cole Thompson. Cole, man, heck of a day, night, man. Let's start at the beginning. We talked a bit earlier about the track. You said bit slick, kind of like home field advantage.
Yeah, it was slick today. In practice, it dried out quite a bit. They got the moisture back into it for the night show. It actually caught me off guard. I tucked the front end in the heat race there and went back to 20th. So the slickness got the best of me tonight.
All right, well, let's talk about it. So we got out there. I mean, I saw you there on track walk, and you trying to keep the shoes clean. It was kind of they soaked it up pretty good.
Yeah, no, I seen kind of everything you need to see, and then we get 2 laps of free, like, just to roll everything. So it's a little different than it used to be. I used to walk like the track, almost try to walk it almost twice to try to get it memorized. But now that you get like 2 laps to roll, first free practice, you have time to like look at the faces and kind of you get a better angle when you're on the bike, of course. So everything seemed pretty straightforward this weekend. Rhythms were pretty much, you know, everyone's doing the same thing. The whoops, I completely cut them out first practice. Second practice, I was doubling them. By third practice, I started to skim them a bit. Just one of those things that I'm not 100% comfortable with the bike yet, and I think with whoops, you're, you know, as you can see, it's full commitment and being trust in yourself, your own ability, and then the bike. And I think I'd be fine to go right through them. It's just me just building up and kind of getting in my own head a little bit.
All right, okay, so you got out there, you qualified by 15th, I believe. You kind of popped up and down. You're 11th and you're 12th and you're 15th and you're kind of up and
yeah, I was up, I think at one point I was as high as 9th maybe in the second one, and then I slipped back to 14th. And that's one of those things where it was just I didn't make enough through the whoops a good run. I would get through I think like 6 or 7 and then I'd kind of double out or something like that. Everywhere else I knew everyone was close, so it was just a matter of just hitting your corners. Even the corners were not super rutted. The first 2 rounds there were ruts, you know, kind of like broke down. Today it kind of just, for the most part, stayed smooth, and then like I say, the whoops were the toughest part.
Right, now I think there were like 8 of you guys within the 51-second range altogether, so like you say, it was super close.
Very
now,
close.
Dude, we got to talk about that heat race, man. Let's we kind of touched on it there, but you run the inside gate.
I know,
out there. What happened?
So I was thinking inside you'll push wide, but it was a bigger first corner this weekend than it's been the first 2 rounds. Kind of just, if you look at it, I went back and watched it on TV and I was like, man, I wouldn't pick that gate again. So it's good and bad. I had to learn from it. Got a bad start, but then I was just, first lap, people are jumping, you're trying to figure out your place, and just came into the corner. The rhythm after you do the whoops, you turn, go through, and just tucked the front a little bit and just knifed it, went down, picked it up, ripped my brand new grip that I just put on. I don't know what made me more mad is when I looked down over the triple and seen I ripped my grip, and I was like, now I gotta run this. But no, it was just a small mistake, and then from there I just tried to click off as many guys, because I figured even if I didn't make it to the main, it's good to have a good gate pick for the LCQ. And I seen 9th was just ahead of me. I'm like, well, I'd kick myself in the butt if I didn't try something, and luckily he kind of anticipated and gave me the room to make the pass, and then from there I just kind of made sure I kept the door shut for the most part. But
that was like last lap pretty much. Like
it was.
We're talking about Ryan Surratt, so obviously you know each other.
Yeah, that was the thing too. I told him, he was cool, but I think he was mad that he kind of left it open. But I said to him, I was like, man, I feel bad, because like I've been in that position where you get the door slammed on you and it's a transfer spot. But he was cool about it. He ended up, I think, in 2nd or something in LCQ, so all was good, and he made it through, and then yeah, all's good.
All right, well, let's, that sounds like, I mean, I'm on the floor, so I miss a pretty good race sometimes, but I heard, sounds like they showed quite a bit of it out there on TV, so you probably got quite a bit of coverage on that, which that's pretty cool.
I mean, at one point when Craig went by me, I was like, I didn't even know he was there. I didn't know who was behind me, who was in front of me. I just kind of stuck to it. The first couple laps, I was more so just pacing myself. I was behind Walsh. He was going a pretty good pace, and I just kind of stuck behind him. You guys can't
get away from each other.
I know. So I was just kind of sticking with him. He was riding good. I wasn't like feeling like he was holding me up or anything, so that was good. And then once I started getting pressure on me, then I was like, all right, I gotta go, and able to get a couple passes in, or past him, and then I got passed by a couple guys, but then I passed them back, and kind of cool for the most part to just at least be in a race instead of just being kind of more so just riding through the main. I actually felt like I was racing the main, and just like I said, every week it kind of slowly coming back. The intensity's getting better, the comfort's getting better. I really felt like tonight I actually raced that full main event, and I was proud of that. And then I was obviously stoked with, you know, a 9th. I mean, it's in 9th place. I'm sure, you know, you go back, I've had much better results, but just with the circumstances, like, you know, I've said it a million times, but it's wild to me. Like, I dreamt this up in my head, like, I'm just gonna take bikes and go race Supercross, and I mean, I've been more prepared in other years and had poor results. So it's like, I don't know, just maybe just the fact that I'm having fun with the sport again and actually getting back to what I love doing and racing and competing. I think it's all coming together perfectly. Nice.
No, we went from the heat race here that, I mean, last to a qualifying position. Obviously,
yep.
We talked about that. It was amazing, and we kind of just bled into the main event there. But
yeah.
Did you know there was so much? I mean, you were on, like 4th from the outside gate. Did you know there was so much carnage in the first corner?
Didn't even know that. I haven't even watched it back yet. Didn't even know there was crashes. I just knew it was odd that I was up front with not like, I didn't get a great start, and all of a sudden I'm like, I think I counted, there was like only maybe 6 guys ahead of me or something.
You were in 6th for a bit.
Yeah, well, that's what I mean. I'm like, there's only a couple guys, and I'm like, I'm not doing bad if Vince is just ahead of me. I know he's always up front. So I had an idea that I was up front, but you just don't know what, like, who's leading it. It kind of always goes. So then when I got passed by Swole, I passed him right back. He messed up. I passed him right back. I still didn't know that, like, Craig was there. I didn't know that Thrasher was there. Shimoda got me later on. All these good dudes that were here, and I was like, okay, that makes more sense. Well, it seemed so odd at the beginning of the race, but overall, man, it's like maybe them having a bad race and helping me have a good race. It definitely boosted my, I guess, morale. So I'm good.
Well, I kept the video camera on you for that main event, so I'll put together. No, dude, it was like we talked about before I started recording here. Like,
yeah.
You looked confident, you looked aggressive, you were forcing it, you were pushing it, and you looked like you were in a race out there, man. It was cool to see because you're just so damn smooth. It was you know, you could see you were pushing for sure.
Yeah, it's one of my biggest hiccups is when I'm not comfortable. I ride very, very safe, and almost to the point where I kind of go backwards a bit. Tonight I felt like it was either one or the other way, or one of two ways, and I think having that little crash in the heat race kind of fired me up. Getting a good start in the main does a world of difference, and it takes a bad night, turns into a good night. So
nice. All right, well, we're back to Anaheim next week. What do you do this week?
Just go back, get stuff washed up. Typical. To be honest with you, it's actually getting easy. I feel I was sitting there last week and I actually had a day of just completely nothing, and I was like, it's the life. I mean, you know, just out here. I'll get stuff cleaned up. I'll try to get 2 days of riding in. The first week I tried to get more riding in, and it actually kind of like backfired. I felt like I was like tired going into the weekend. So this past week I just did 2 days of riding, and it was perfect. I think you get 2 good days in. You're racing every weekend, so it's like you're on the bike constantly. But yeah, we'll practice up a little bit more and see if we can better a 9th. For now, I mean, I'm happy. I said I at least wanted to get 1 single digit like finish in this year. We did that round 3. Everything from this, I keep saying, everything from this point forward is a bonus. Being out here is a bonus. Getting to race dirt bikes is a bonus.
All right, now you mentioned cleaning the bikes. I have to comment. I believe you had the only dirty bike there to line up the main. Was that on purpose, or what was going? You didn't even wipe down the front plate.
I know, and I'm sorry to the sponsors that do help me. I apologize. My theory on it, to get the Windex out and wipe it down, I'm like, it's almost like if it's dirty, maybe I'll do better than if I wipe it all down. Because I always go into the heat race, I'm all clean and everything's perfect. And then I have a terrible heat race, so I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna leave it dirty. We'll go out there.
I knew there was something to it.
Yeah, I was just like, you know what, we'll leave it dirty, we'll go out race. I'm sure my mechanic, Steve Beatty's back home. Just...
See, now the problem is it worked, so you're gonna have to keep doing it.
No, now I just need to get better starts in the heat to keep it clean for the main. That was the goal. That was the mentality going into heat race, and that didn't work out. So we'll work on it. Well,
Cole, that was again fun to watch, man. I'm down here for another few rounds, so we'll be we'll be checking it out firsthand, and actually hopefully see you during the week somewhere too, for sure. But congrats on a 9th place. That was really amazing. And who would you like to thank, Cole? We'll let you get out of here. We're almost last ones left.
Yeah, no, it's cleared out. Just thanks to everyone that is supporting me on this journey. The people that comment, message me. That's why I'm doing it. If I can inspire maybe 1 or 2 people to chase after a race dream this year, then I've done my job, because I was inspired, by other people that did what I'm doing, and yeah, it's just going back to your roots and chasing your dreams. So thank you to everyone.
All right, Cole, have a good week. See you next time.
Thank you.